So I am advertising, first of all, in a public service announcement, the Witch Voices Volume 2 Extravaganza. This is a 4-hour event. You are all invited to. Very, very low registration fee. Open to all. I will post it on my page here. It says my internet connection is unstable. Well, guess what? That's because I am very, very rural. I live in central Vermont. My internet connection is always unstable. It's not going to get better than this. It is almost the solstice, folks. Now, I happen to be a practitioner of the earth-based spiritual traditions, meaning that the Great Mother up in the sky down below is very important to me. That means that when we look at the astronomy of the world, I get very, very interested in the mystery that goes side by side with the amazing, amazing facts of our universe that we know as semi-scientists. I say semi-scientists because my view is that we have, from the Enlightenment, gone a little too far, and that at this moment in time, we actually may be paraboling over the side into some bad, bad juju, or possibly being caught by the indigenous peoples. All of that is relevant to this, the new moon on the 20th, and that, the 21st, where the witch extravaganza will be 4 hours from 2:22 in the afternoon until 6:22 in the evening, with you able to come and go. But we folks of the earth, we people of the earth, do tend to get pretty dramatic with our earth-based rituals. So many of us will, from sunset until sunrise, be in holy, holy vigil on the actual longest night, going deep into the dark, honoring the dark as we do the light. Receive the gifts that she is giving day and night. There's so many chants I would like to share with you, CHANTS, but first I will just say, hello, Phoebe! It's you and I playing. Do you like my gown? As I said, the people who will be gathering for the Witch Extravaganza, the launch party for a book with 22 authors in them, all talking about what it means to be a woman in touch with conscious healing. That tribe of people, we've decided we're going to go, my small group is going to go mainly in whites and purples. So I feel like I am honoring that with different something on my hair, but I wanted to share here because we are casting a glamour. That is a term for taking what you have and amplifying it so that it is more of who you always wanted to be. Tee hee hee. I'm going to entertain us a little bit because I wanted to move tonight, and I wanted to make ceremony tonight, and I wanted to make ceremony that heals, because at this particular time, the way I am dealing with the Trumpocalypse is getting so dark on the negative end. I don't want to be pulled down to his horrible, horrible, horrible state of being. I want to elevate. So I'm going to share a little solstice. Yeah, I sang, and it's a hard thing for me. I sang, and I'm going to share what I sang with you, and I'm going to share it in a way that I can move, because I wanted to move authentically to this, and I wanted to share how wonderful it is to be able to be in your body and have authentic movement. So let's actually push this back a little bit, because I'm not trying to do any super duper duper tech. I'm trying to do the ritual here. So here we go. Ideally, you will be able to hear this, and my phone will not mask it out, but you never know, because we're dealing with technomagery here. Have yourself a merry little solstice. Let your heart be light. Next year, all our troubles will be out of sight. I don't think so. Have yourself a merry little solstice. Make the Yuletide gay. Next year, all our troubles will be miles away. Once again, as in olden time, happy golden time of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us may be near to us once more. Someday soon, we all can be together. Is that true? If the fates allow. I don't know about that. Until then, we'll have to muddle through somehow. So, have yourself a merry little solstice now. I hope you appreciated my getting silly, because I have to get silly. My life here in America has gotten so challenging that if I don't just around, I don't think I can manage my blood pressure at all. It is doing pretty well these days, but it starts off pretty high, and I have to do lots of behavioral therapies to have it be normal. As long as it gets to normal, I'm feeling pretty happy about my relationship to my body. Which brings us to what I always talk about here, but what is especially important on this solstice kind of weekend almost, which is health, wellness, and health assurance, because our health insurance has gone off the deep end, and our civil representatives have gone home for the holidays, and they have not taken care of one damn thing, have they? So, with that in mind, I will be offering health assurance. I have a website, I do health education, and I do entertaining health education, because it's hard to talk about shit like shit. And it's hard to talk about cancer. And it's particularly hard to talk about our ladies' private parts. And that is because they won't let us talk about them. Can you believe that a doctor posting about the health of the vulva, vulva, was trying to post images of vulvas, and the censors over at YouTube kept trying to mask out the opening, the vagina. She's trying to point out all the other parts of your whole private part area, right? And they're zeroing in to cover up the opening. The vagina is it's a sheath, right? It's not, but that's how patriarchy defined it, was as I just could not believe that. So I just decided that it was going to be very, very important when the new year rolls around for us to get serious a whole other layer in a playful way about health assurance. Pass the word along that come January 1st, on your mark, get set, go, I will be taking names for 20 individuals who will receive from me $200 worth of my services as a health educator and consultant. That will be 1 hour of my time and only half an hour of yours. But at the end of it, you will get a nice health assurance plan presented to you. Oh, and did I mention that I am a witch doctor? I'm a witch doctor, so you'll also get a turbo tarot reading with your archetypal image of the day and an interpretation by me and by Caroline Meese. These are my holiday gifts to you. I have to do something positive. Otherwise, I would go completely mad. And the madness has been defined in my case as a personality disorder, unspecified, atypical, personality disordered. Before that, they used to call it borderline personality, as if you didn't have enough. And before that, we have all kinds of other things that we called women in this culture who did not behave the way they were supposed to. But most interesting, one of those women, by name Marsha Lenehan, she masked MASKED. She masked herself well enough to get all the way through the system to become a psychiatrist or a psychotherapist. I don't remember whether she's a PhD or an MD, but she became top of the heap. And then she redefined the problem because she had suffered from it herself, you see. So she's the one who invented some of the behavioral therapy that we use that treats people who have borderline personality issues as the people they are, with compassion, who have had a lot of trauma and have developed coping strategies that aren't always the best coping strategies for interacting with other people in your world. I will say that I, as a personality disordered person, am way too blunt for most people. I don't know how that happened as a Black woman, because you would think that I would learn to keep my mouth shut, but somehow or another I did not. And along the way, it has caused a lot of other people pain and suffering. I'm not sure how to fix that. I'm not sure I feel it's my responsibility to fix that at this particular phase of my life in my late 60s, but I will consider it moving forward. And in the meantime, I will be here, Substack, and probably YouTube, trying to share as much as I can how to stay awake and aware to your wellness issues. The 20 who come and get the health assurance plan, after that, people will be paying $200 for that plan. That plan will be an hour of my time, and an investment in an hour of my time, baby, as a trained physician in my late 60s, is cheap, undervalued at $200 an hour. And I had to realize that, because I am also, I will say bluntly, an under earner in what is called a 12-step Under Earners Anonymous program. Very proud and happy to say that I am learning to be right-sized in relationship with my money. And what do we have right now? One of the hardest times to be in right relationship with the money in the year. That would be the Christmas season. I am not a Christian. It does not pull and tug on me, not the Santa Claus side, nor the Jesus Christ side, the way that it does other people. But I do recognize that we do not have peace on earth. We are certainly not feeling like there's goodwill towards men. I had a hard time not getting totally into the Stephen Colbert Trump parody, because it was so mean-spirited and I was feeling so mean. But I have to say that this is the time of year when I want to counter that somewhat. I don't want to be a mean person if I can be a nice person. My nice person tonight will be volunteering at the a complicated shift, but 4 hours in the morning for people who are unhoused and have nowhere else to go. I am not doing that out of the charity of my heart. I am doing that out of guilt. I want to say, out of guilt. I'm so embarrassed and ashamed that my state, my brave little state that does better than other states, is still not good enough, and made some errors in housing decisions years ago, has been tumbling behind more and more. And this year we went to eliminating a hotel voucher problem that was bad and somewhat grifty, okay? But it was better than what we have right now, which is nothing. And nothing, and scrambling around, because we do scramble around when somebody dies. Okay. And in Vermont, we've had 2 people die already that I know of. Ironically, one of those people died on the street. And of course, what you heard was, well, they could have got to a shelter, but they didn't get to the shelter. The other person was in her apartment, but could not afford any heat and died of hypothermia because you don't have to be on the street. And when your temperature starts to go down and you're an old person, as she was. So, I want a moment to just pause on that. As I said, hollow days. Doing the hollow days and trying to help people be a little more clear on what will get you through. My ceremonies getting me through are a new moon council that is happening tomorrow live. There is no hybrid option. I did not want to have the option of people Zooming in. I wanted to just be heart to heart and person to person, whether that's 2 of us or 10. And we will be arranging ourselves by age. We will be arranging ourselves from youngest to oldest. And it is a council circle process where we ask the youngest to set the question of what they would like to have in the circle that day. And we will start it with the oldest answering, going to the youngest. I am very happy to say that that particular way of being in community is easy to recover and helps tremendously in people who have been poisoned by Robert's Rules of Order. Yes, I did say poisoned. Robert's Rules of Order might have been a great way in a parliamentary system, but right now I'm in systems where only the white guys with the penises seem to know how to do it well, and everybody else is confused, and all we know how to do is say, I second the motion. So a council circle allows you to sit and pull on some other talents besides just the rule book, and that would be your age, and that would be the synchronicity of what happens in those circles is always magical and mysterious and somehow right on time, coincidentally, in a world where we don't have coincidences, we have synchronicities. I believe, since it is me and one other person, tee hee hee, that I'm going to end at 20 minutes after the hour. And I'm going to just check and see if the one person attending has anything that they would like to hear about or talk about. And yeah, I feel that when I do my going into the dark, what I want to remember is it is a healthy dark. It is a dark that allows us to hibernate and to dream, and that dreams are good for us. And as long as we get enough vitamin D in there, we're going to be okay going into the dark and coming out again in a day. And maybe we will sing up the sun. And the way I sing up the sun is light is returning, even though this is the darkest hour, no one can hold back the dawn. Happy solstice to you all. I'm going to take a little break and come back next week and start to talk with you a little bit about Kwanzaa, most likely. Have a good weekend.